Hey everybody, welcome back to No Drummer News. It's Adam22 here with AD with a towel on his head. Let's get right into the stories. So on Saturday, T.I.'s comedic set was not entirely welcomed as he took to the stage at April Fool's Comedy Jam at Brooklyn's Barclays Center. Videos from the event show fans booing him, and he's since responded to the bad performance and taken the boos as a constructive criticism. Embracing every part of the process, Tip wrote on Instagram, enjoying every step of the journey. We don't fold, we fight. Fall or fly till the bitter end. New York, I love you and thank you for one of my favorite moments in my comedic career. Adversity is just what I do. Shit gets easy and I get bored, so this ought to keep my mind at work and motivated. At Rip Michaels, thanks for inviting me out and allowing me the opportunity to share the stage with some greats, T.I. shared. At Rubicon ATL, you know what the fuck is going on. I can't wait to hit the stage again. In closing, if you live for the cheers, you will die by the booze. During an Instagram live with Michael Blackson, T.I. said that he did not feel the crowd was booing him, but rather daring him to be more funny and overcome the adversity.
Hey, bro, but the main thing about it all, bro.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate the opportunity to grow. I appreciate the opportunity to learn. I appreciate the opportunity to get better and evolve.
In other related news, T.I. also recently shared a lengthy video showing that he and Lauren Knight squashed their feud after their heated exchange last week in Atlanta. Their issues first took place after Lauren Knight joked about T.I.'s sexual assault allegations during an event, and as a result, T.I. apparently heckled her during her set and called her a bitch. After speaking to Lauren, what she said was, "We was both lit, and we both dealt with it that night and left it there, as I felt the same way. So at the end of the day, ain't nothing now we can do once you sold all the tickets to the rivalry. Ain't nothing else to sell but the reunion." You know, I feel like we kind of almost predicted this when we were talking about the issue with T.I. running on stage with the girl, where I kind of made the point of like, comedy is a world in which you have to be likable and people have to feel like you're part of this community, part of the scene in order for them to really embrace you. And I felt like the issue with him running up on that girl and saying what he had to say was not going to be great for his image in the comedy world in the long run. And maybe I'm being a little too quick to draw connections here, but when I saw him getting booed at that show, it really made me feel like, oh man, you're kind of seeing the average comedy fan maybe have the taste in their mouth be a little bit sour for T.I., at least for the time being.
I think T.I. is fucking bored at this point. Like, for reals. You know what I'm saying? All respect to him. He's a legend when it comes down to the music game and shit like that. He done broke barriers when it comes down to television and shit. But you know, his MO was just always being very, very, very cool. Like, I would not even know what it would be like to watch a comedy show coming from him. And then too, like, even getting mad at the sexual allegations thing, you know what I'm saying? In the comedy world, comedians, they know, and we just seen this shit with Will Smith, nothing is off limits when it comes down to comedy. And if you're a comedian, man, you're supposed to have that thick skin. I think you need a little more fucking time with this comedy shit before, you know, you go on a stage that big and try to do this shit out.
Yeah, because especially in the comedy world, they really respect somebody who's grinded for their spot. Like, even if you're a celebrity who starts doing comedy, they really expect you to sort of, you know, be in the trenches, performing for 20 people for years before they accept that you're going to go in front of bigger and bigger audiences. And when I look at this situation, you're right. Like, when I think of the average comedian, they're usually very open to self-deprecating humor. You know, if I'm a comedian and somebody says something about some issues I've had with the law or whatever, you really kind of got to be able to roll with the punches, take it on the chin, etc. And when they get the idea that you're going to be thin-skinned, it's not good. And when, like, T.I.'s whole role throughout his entire career has always just been that he's this sort of cool-ass dude that you can't get to him, you can't disturb him, you can't piss him off. We're sort of seeing how that might not really work at the same time as him being a comedian. So this is very interesting to perceive.
And it's crazy too because, hey, shout out to All Def Digital. I watched this show they got called Roast Me, and T.I. was just on there. And, you know, shout out to my manager, Pun. Pun was like, do you think you can hang with them niggas? And I think I'm a funny guy. He was like, you know what? You think you funny enough? You should go try to do stand-up comedy one time. And I was like, I don't think I want to fucking do that. That's a whole nother ball game. You know what I'm saying? Respect to the GOATs. Like, that is a whole nother market that you just can't jump in. It take hard work, time, planning. The same way you writing raps, them motherfuckers get their pen and pad and they think about one joke for fucking months and shit like that. I don't want no parts of that.
I did a live podcast, comedy show type thing with Tony Hinchcliffe at one point, and it was kind of like I was one of the judges. So it's not really like on me to be funny, but those dudes, Tony Hinchcliffe and Brian Ray-Ban, they were so funny that it was like, I felt like I was in the gym with a bunch of fucking Olympians type shit, you know? Because it was just, there was no way that I was gonna be able to think of anything 10% as funny as the shit that they were able to just sort of rattle off, because this is what they do. And yeah, I mean, sometimes I think people look at comedians and they think it's not that big a deal. Bro, comedians are fucking superheroes. If you can really be that guy and get into that arena and hold it down. So yeah. T.I.'s in the middle of gladiator school, it would seem, and we'll see how it goes.
I'll stick to making jokes on No Jumper.
Yeah, for real. There's a lot lower standards.
Way easier. Next story. After making jokes about Wiz Khalifa's gym attire, Gillie the Kid's Instagram page has been removed and says Wiz Khalifa reported his account for bullying. You tell a nigga to put some shorts on, and he tells IG you're bullying him and get your page deactivated, Gillie tweeted, along with a facepalm emoji. Nigga, I was playing. These rappers so pussy. He since created a new Instagram page where he has addressed the situation with Wiz multiple times. It's 2022. You got social media rats now. He put on one post, can't wait to see you. He added with a smiling face with horns emoji.
You know, I talked to that super soft, extra sensitive, swab, cotton ass nigga, right? He said, you hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings. He said, people was laughing at me, Gillie. I don't like to be laughed at. He said, I felt like you was bringing down another black man. I was like, nigga, because I told you to put some drawers on? I mean, because I told you to put some shorts over top of your drawers?
On Sunday morning, Wiz finally commented on the issue, which has been dragged on and over the weekend by Gillie. I didn't get the child's Instagram deleted, Wiz tweeted. I even offered to help him get his page back, and he declined. See ya. Gillie caught wind of Wiz post and responded on Instagram Live.
He did what he did, man. And then tried to give me an ultimatum. I mean, just we could sit down and talk, and then I could get your Instagram right back. Boy, you know I was playing. What you talking about, man? You giving me an ultimatum. And fuck you and that Instagram, boy. What's wrong with you?
Gillie's beef with Wiz began last week after Gillie joked about Wiz posting workout videos in his underwear on Instagram.
But man, I love you, brother. You know what I mean? I'm still riding around, you know, banging black and yellow. And when I see you again, you a legend, man. It's Pennsylvania, baby. Philly to Pittsburgh, but I had to unfollow him today, man. Every time I come on my page, man, you in your drawers, man. You giving up strap and ball action, man. You know, every day, man, I can't do 8 balls in the corner pocket every day when I wake up, man. So, you know, I had to unfollow you, play. I love you, though, man.
So, you think Gillie's really mad at Wiz?
He's mad now, for sure.
Because I thought this whole thing seemed like a joke in the beginning. Like, Wiz is posting workout videos, and yeah, you can see the outline of his dick and stuff. A lot of people wouldn't do it,
I
but
know you love that.
I love it. Wiz is in the gym mode. He's probably like more into working out at this point than he is into making music, because that's what we see on his fucking story and his Instagram every day, is that he just loves this training shit. I don't think Wiz could have possibly done anything to get Gillie's account deleted. I think that he was probably reported by fans and shit. I don't know why he's assuming it was Wiz when any fan could have reported him or could have grouped together to report him either way, right?
Let me tell you something. And y'all know, Wiz is my fucking guy. That's like family to me. But if that nigga got Gillie page deleted, that's some real sucker shit.
I don't see any reason why we would think that he would.
And I'm gonna hit cuz and say, hopefully you didn't do that shit, cause that ain't cool. Cause at the end of the day, bro, Instagram is niggas' livelihood nowadays. That's how niggas make that bread. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, over jokes, that shit ain't cool. Like, you know what I mean? And the type of nigga I know Wiz is, from what I know, I don't think he would do that. But if he did that, I can't fuck with that shit. That shit ain't cool.
But what evidence do we have to suggest that we should even be thinking about him doing it? Or like, I mean, does Wiz Khalifa have connections with hackers and stuff who could get his shit taken down? I don't know. Probably. He knows a shitload of people, but we aren't seeing anything that would make you think that he did it.
Well,
right?
you know, certain motherfuckers got the power. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna say no names, but some people that I know in the office who got, you know, some people that can make some shit shake. That's all I'm gonna say. But nah, man, that shit ain't cool. And, you know, even when he's joking, he's calling a man his brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that. And I do not like that they're going back and forth with this shit now. But if I was Gillie and that shit really happened, I would definitely be on the offensive and I wouldn't stop this shit.
But the thing, like, I kind of thought that they were both trolling, but then
Nah, they ain't no trolling.
Wiz said the thing about this child, and then Gillie seemed angry at being called a child, and then I started to be like, okay, now it seems real to me.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, that's not good.
Now, the one thing is, though, both of them motherfuckers know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Now, who's to say when they get in the room with each other, that's gonna happen? But I know Gillie personally. Gillie don't give a fuck. You could be Mike Tyson in the room. He ain't gonna let nobody disrespect him to his face, as he should. And you know what I'm saying? This whole situation right here, Wiz, you my nigga, but I hope you didn't do this shit.
If I'm a betting man, Wiz Khalifa has been doing these MMA classes every day for years.
Cuz kicked me, that shit hurt.
I mean, I'm not saying Gillie's not training MMA, and I'm not saying you have to train MMA to be tough, but I'm probably gonna go with the guy who, A, is like big as fuck. I don't know, I think he's like significantly taller than Gillie. He's probably got more dense muscle at this moment from working out so much. I don't know, I'm putting my money on Wiz. I gotta keep it real. YouTube, do us a favor, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will be back real soon. Appreciate y'all.